Hello and welcome to another episode of Stanton Gossip, where we check out a bunch of random media and stuff, all about Star Citizen, and then find two of those that we want to share with you guys in case you didn't see them. We try to steer away from talking about like big content creators because I don't know, we all watch them and listen to them. Sometimes we can't. Especially last few weeks, like there's not that much happening around the world, and it was really hard to find something that is good. But this week we actually came up with a couple of things that are or are not connected to Star Citizen directly. So we're gonna start with a couple of tweets, and I'm gonna let you go with the first one because it's hilarious.
The first one I found is just kind of a silly thing. If you probably, if you're a Star Citizen fan and you're kind of following content creators, you've probably heard of RedLir, and he is a massive like gearophile. That guy has the best cameras and the best joysticks and the best streaming rigs and stuff like that. And he posted a picture on Twitter about his latest streaming PC, and it's
hilarious.
It's pretty sick. Just go look at it.
You gotta check it. It's the first link in the description. It's on Twitter. You don't need an account to see it, I think, but you have to see the picture of it.
It's epic. It's epic.
It's not what you expect. I can promise you that.
No, it isn't. But it's still epic. And then next one I had was another one. It's another Twitter thing. Jale is a kind of a Star Citizen resident historian, also completely crazy and actually knows the Xi'An and Banu languages.
That's so mind-blowing.
Actively learned them. And if you haven't been paying attention or whatever, it's Alien Week in Star Citizen, and CIG put out a series of letters that were kind of like declassified by the Xi'An or whatever, and they're in Xi'An. So basically you have to translate them, and he did that. So the Twitter link is basically to a few pictures where he's like broken down these Xi'An letters and like put them into English and kind of like given a synopsis about what he thinks there are. There's mention of the Kurthok in here. It's just cool backstory. Like if you're at all into the lore, and even if you aren't really, I would say give this one a look just because it's
impressive,
neat.
dude. It's so cool. And he also has like in the, if you click on the tweet, obviously when you check these guys, if you like them, throw a follow. It means to everyone. I mean, it just feels good. But also he has a YouTube video where it says you can see the attempt live here, and there's a YouTube link to his attempt. It also sparked a nice conversation. You can read through the comments a little bit. I mean, just like he's one of the favorite, from the shadows guys of the Star Citizen community. There's like, how can you not like Jale?
Starting to be a little bit more outside of the shadows insofar as like he's one of the contributors to Paul from the Astropub's latest thing, his historian podcast. Jale is one of the commentators on there. Really knowledgeable guy, and
really good to listen to as well, right?
Yeah. Next one, let's skip the Reddit one and do a video just to mix it up.
Right,
so
cool.
You can talk.
Okay, so we have a couple of videos. Some let's start with this. So it's the Space Coder did a video on SC Delays Explained. Basically, I would say it's not too long, about 5 minutes long. It's just a video with some B-roll in the background of him just expanding on what they were talking about in Captain's Table. He is a developer, not the game developer, but he did like kind of try to set up the connections in between, and he was just like trying to figure out if it's almost like loud thinking about like, is CIG doing things wrong or not? And I would say it's not White Knight-ish, but it's like softly positive, which if I'm not wrong, you know some developers and a lot of people who are in development kind of agree with that. It's like we keep getting this confirmation that they're not really doing things wrong. It's more of our expectations and that that makes us feel like they are, but
Yeah.
in reality probably they are not.
Yeah, I've just noticed that, especially in ATC, Mike gets a bunch of, a few different people with development experience who call in every now and then, and they do tend to be some of the more like chill people with respect to kind of like how Star Citizen is progressing, and I think it's probably because like they get it a little bit more than the average gamer does. But I actually haven't watched this video. I've seen it floating around my feeds for the last week, but I haven't actually got around to clicking on it. So this is one that I'm going to be watching.
Yeah, I think you really like when people break it down like that. You actually enjoy when Mike has those. I'm more interested in like social aspect of broad community,
right?
And you are into this, so I think you're gonna like it.
Well, I appreciate the different perspective, right? Looking at it from the perspective of people who have been on the ground in this field. I know how much of a difference that can make, So yeah,
sure. If they're just not covering
on my list
for each other, as a fellow developer, let's help them out, even though they're doing bullshit. Okay. Maybe not. I'm gonna just sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say that that one's on my watch list. This next one,
okay, so this is something. So what I do basically at the end of the week, if I do not find enough things to like talk about, even though this week has it, we just did not figure it out basically. But Leadnap Gaming, Gladnap. Oh, it's LED, of course. Yeah. Gladnap Gaming did a video that is called SC Financial Logistics Problems. I'm gonna be polite and say this is an absolute bullshit. I've never seen any of their videos before. To be honest, the moment I see the logo and everything, it's like a Photoshop logo change into his icon of Adobe logo change into his like initials, and I was always thrown off with that.
Well, it's the periodic table.
Oh, it's periodic table. Yeah, that makes sense. It is
for LED.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I guess I watched Leadnap when he was brand new. And he was brand new to Star Citizen, and I felt like his videos were much more balanced then. And then it seems like as he's gained a YouTube following, I don't know, man. I've unsubscribed long ago just because I found like he just kept like kind of talking out of his ass as if he was some sort of authority on the game, and I just like I'm not being polite at this point, I guess. Like
I don't think he's following our channel either. But I mean, I've never seen his video and watched this one, and it's how do I put this? So production, sound quality, b-roll, all that is like 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, like it sounds good.
It's well put together.
Yeah, it's good. It's obviously scripted, very well scripted as well. It is his original idea. He's talking about but what he's talking about is so off reality that it's just like ridiculous. I don't know why would you even do that?
That's why I unsubscribed. It's because like it's been the theme of his videos for I don't even know, like months now at least. Where he just goes off and he just starts like just literally talking so off base about stuff, and then just I guess assuming that he's right. I don't know.
Well, that's the problem, right? So we do in Straight Outta Stanton, and if you don't know, if this is the first time you're watching us, we also do a 3, 4, 5 hour long weekly in-depth podcast or YouTube talk show about Star Citizen. And we have a section that is called Imagination Station, where we imagine things, right? Yeah. But we preface that with hey, this is not, we don't know shit about this. This is just how we imagine things, right? So the problem is he does the same shit, but he says it with such authority. It's almost like he works for them and he knows like what's gonna happen 5 years up front, which is a complete bullshit. So it goes so far that he has created fleets of ships, and he's trying to tell you how much in UEC this is going to cost. And he's saying it's an educated guess, which he's pulling out of his butt, and is like comparing how much you're gonna pay NPCs to run your ships, and based on how much you get paid for a delivery mission. It's like, what?
That right there, like, how are you can't use those numbers. Like, they've told us over and over and over again that all of these mission payouts are just placeholder numbers.
Exactly,
they mean nothing. And here you go on this like theory crafting bender, basing all of your calculations, you know, off of numbers that we know are not the real numbers. And then you put a video, like, come on.
If he said like, this is a complete imagined thing, or how I would like it to be, or something like that, hey, I'm down with that, man. I'm down with it. I don't care. That's fine to me. I might listen to it or not, but if you are taking this, you know, he reminds me of Minion Soldier. It's like that mentality, like, I know shit that does not exist yet, like Nostradamus or something. I don't know, man. Anyways, you know what? In like, here's the thing though. Listen to it yourself. Maybe you like it. I don't know. He does bring up some good points though.
Okay, I'll watch it, but
yeah, he has some.
I'm not a fan though.
Some things that you've said before that I did not know about, and the only reason you know it because you've been following it for such a long time. So some of the things he brings, he obviously has a lot of knowledge. But I think one of the reasons people are going so crazy with their content is because nothing's fucking happening in the game.
That is the thing. I was gonna say, like, well, why are you publishing videos about it? But again,
you gotta
like,
publish something.
You know, if you're trying to build a channel, I mean, I guess you got to put out something, right? So.
And I mean, he's at 10,000 subscribers. He's got to do something, right? So it's not like, Yep. Anyways, maybe he changes and becomes my favorite YouTube. Well, Mike has that. I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath.
Me neither,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I used to enjoy his earlier content, and it's in my mind, anyways, it's gotten harder and harder to watch or listen to. But you know, whatever.
I mean, I want all of Star Citizen creators to be absolute, you know, banger great. You know, like I want to enjoy every video that comes out, of course.
Totally.
But
anyways, links in the description. Click on it if you feel like being pissed off.
So salty.
On the topic of being pissed off, I'll jump into the Reddit one now.
Let's go.
Okay, well, all right. So, as I found out because I listened to ATC and Captain's Table yesterday, there's been a lot of people who've been remarking on the fact that that Crusader is still not confirmed on the 314 roadmap. This is something we also talked about on Sunday. You know, just kind of noting that with servers in the state they're in, you know, like would not be surprised to see it slip, especially given the fact that it hasn't been confirmed yet. Well, there was a post on Reddit pointing out that exact thing because we got a roadmap roundup today, and lo and behold, Crusader is still not confirmed, which to me pretty much confirms the hypothesis that performance issues are going to be probably holding this one back. But anyways, somebody points that out. Zylo responds on Reddit and basically says, actually, Crusader's in the Vicati builds right now. Which...
And that's all he says.
Which is like, that's fine. But of course, people take that to mean that, no, it's confirmed for 314, which isn't what he said, but he does nothing to correct everybody who runs away with that as confirmation that Crusader is in 314. And I really like Xylo, and this is the first time I think I've seen him be what seems to be like deliberately duplicitous. He didn't lie, but he didn't do anything to correct people when they ran off basically with this statement as confirmation that Crusader was in 314. We have seen repeatedly things go to an Evocati build and then not make it to live because of one thing or the other, and that is still entirely possible in my mind that we don't see it. And
I think it's probable even. I think they're gonna put it in Evocati and be like, I think it has like 50% chance from our perspective to either appear next patch or not.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if it makes it in, okay, sure, that's fine, I guess, unless it degrades server performance even further, which I mean, we're already approaching unplayable,
I mean, that to
but
me is like, it is what it is, man. Like,
sure, like again, like it just means I'll go in and check it out, and I probably won't play. But
just drop it to 20, 30 players, man, and there you go.
Exactly, yeah. But anyways, I don't know, just that one rubbed me the wrong way. I really like Zylo from like what I've heard from him on podcasts and stuff like that, and I feel like he's really made an effort to be
He's a great guy.
And upfront with the community, repeatedly. And then to see this was just kind of like, oh.
I watched his streams. We've seen him in other podcasts. Whenever he's very open to talk about like with other content creators and all that.
Yeah.
But we called out Land on this as well, and they're just not doing their job the way I wanted to do their job. Which is, I have expectations because of experience with other games. It's not like I want an ice cream, and if it's not the one I want, it's shit. No, it's a simple thing where what, like, I want the truth. It's like that simple. Like, don't give me a clue. We're not playing a game here. We're funding your project, so tell me the fucking truth. Just tell me, okay, we're pushing into Wakati, don't know if we're gonna have it or not. That that's enough for me. Just give me the information.
Like, they don't even have to really go into depth about like it's performance issues or what. Like just remind the people when you're saying that, like, it's still unconfirmed. But I just feel like, again, because they've hyped the fact that it's coming in 3.14, we've had teasers, we've had all this stuff that all of a sudden there's this kind of like hesitance to just be real.
And don't forget, they're not talking about it in a while now, because that's what scares me more than I don't care if it comes out or not. But the truth is, they just stopped talking about it.
And if you're reading between the lines, like that throws up some red flags. Like this guy pointed out, it's June 16th now. We just had a roadmap update. Crusader's still not confirmed. What's the deal? And instead we get, it's going to Ivakati. That wasn't, like come on. Tell us, is it performance issues? Is it, is it actually confirmed, or is it not? Like, clearly it isn't, because it hasn't. Anyways, so I literally just found this before we went live today, and
it came out today.
I'm disappointed, to see this sort of an answer, and to see no effort made to kind of like correct the people who are clearly taking this as confirmation when that wasn't what was said, and it's pretty clear that, like, that there are some issues with implementing Crusader right now.
By the time this video goes live and someone clicks on the link, he actually replied and explained everything.
Wait, did he?
No, I don't know what I'm saying. Like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
At the time of recording, that was not a case.
Yep.
I have another short video for you guys. It's 54 seconds or something. It's very, very short. It's a small channel, about 100 subscribers. It's called Astro Chronologies. Astro Chronicles. And the reason, it's like they made a concept of a gas collector ship and gas collection, and it doesn't look like Star Citizen ship. It is placed in the gas cloud. I don't care. It's someone actually did something authentic, original. They put their time, invested their time and the idea into creating a huge ass ship. It sparked a little bit of conversation under their video, and I salute to this. Like, if people take their time and make something like that, I want a lot of people to see it and react to it. Personally, I don't like the looks of it, because it reminds me of Drake. Not like it's bad. That's
exactly it, right? Like, it's like a function over form sort of a shit, right? Like, it's built to basically be engines and a whole bunch of tanks for fuel. Yeah, and that's it. And
it has those exhaust pipes like from Mad Max or something.
Yeah, I don't know what those are, but
Probably,
Yeah.
some asset or
See,
whatever.
they call this a gas collector ship, though, and I will say, like, how does it do the actual collecting? So to describe this to people who are just listening to this, to me, it looks like basically like if you took the Starfarer and then you like had it like a size larger than that, like the next step up from a Starfarer kind of thing. But
It's
to
either
me,
collecting gas from the clouds or
from Starfarers.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like basically this is like a big, basically floating fuel base kind of a thing where Starfarers can basically come and unload into and and like
or load from and then go and fuel our ships. Maybe I don't know.
yeah,
Right?
that too for sure. But I don't see any
it's-
like scooping mechanisms, which is why like when they talk about a gas collector, I'm like, how? But yeah,
But
it's neat.
it's less
totally
than a
cool.
minute, and please go and like check it out. It's like a minute of your time, and you might or might not like it. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I stumbled upon it. And I was like, hey, I want to shout this out.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's neat.
So before we end this one, there was E3 was happening this week. It was all over YouTube and Twitch and everything. And Bethesda came out with their space game, which is called Starfield. They threw a trailer that is I don't know, I kind of dig the trailer. It's flashy, it's very cinematic. Not
I didn't watch
sure.
the one that you shared, so like I'm gonna have to watch that one. But
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's all the same footage. And here's the thing, I don't really feel like, because I know their engine very well, and they've been like using it forever for all the games, like since Oblivion. I think Morrowind had something else, but like Oblivion, Skyrim, and Fallout 4, Fallout 76, it's all the same shit.
Bethesda, please get a new engine, please.
That's what I'm curious for. If they developed a new engine that this is going to be made in, and Elder Scrolls 6, which is in the makings, that's interesting, because I just can't imagine Todd Howard investing into new engine, but sure. So that's not that big of a deal, especially for me. Like, I don't give a shit about this game, simply because it's single player. I don't care. It should come up next year, end of the next year.
Yeah. I wasn't really that hyped, just because, like, again, like I saw the trailer and I was like,
yes, but
what is this game? What is it? Nobody knows.
Well, I have an expectation, but this is because I was very closely connected to Bethesda. I used to stream Elder Scrolls Online and was partnered with them. I had a lot of conversations with the devs and community managers and whatnot. And not a huge fan of Bethesda, quite the opposite. But I'm not gonna shit on them right now. The reason I have this is because it sparked a lot of interesting conversations within Star Citizen community, because of how long it's been in development. Or the phrasing that Bethesda used to like kind of say that. So they said it's coming out of development after 25 years or something along those lines.
The exact words were 25 years in the making.
Oh yeah, in the making. Now we don't know what that means. My guess is that they were making a game and then they kind of turned it into Starfield or whatever. Or maybe they were working. Oh, you know what it is, bro? Like, probably that engine is about 25 years old. Because they're developing this engine. Maybe it's like,
I guess,
since Morrowind, like we've been working on this engine that now is going to be used in Starfield. I don't know. The reason, so I'm not gonna like hop on one side or the other. I don't care. But it's interesting because it's what I like about this is how, when Cyberpunk came out and they said, okay, this is how long we've been working on this game. And it came out buggy and everything, which is a great game, I'm sure. But like, every Star Citizen hardcore fan was like, ha, you see, they've been doing this long and it's still shit. I want CIG to take their sweet time. And now it's the same thing. Oh, fucking AAA Bethesda, one of the biggest studios ever, 25 years,
Yeah.
single player game, you know. I don't know how, like to me this is all funny, you know, but is it healthy for community to take this and sleep, you know, better because you know they invested money and it's normal?
No, I think it's basically them. I mean, feeling like they've been on the defensive for for almost 10 years now, and now there are these games that are coming out and they're taking this as vindication. But specifically with this comment, I think a lot of people are misinterpreting it because they said 25 years in the making. I can almost 100% guarantee you that doesn't mean it was in active development for 100 or for 25 years. Conceptually, maybe, that is where most game development spends the longest amount of time, is in the design phase, before anybody actually starts working on anything. So that's, in my opinion, what it's likely to be. And I think every Star Citizen fan who's pulling this out is like, 25 years, look at this. I think you're mistaken. And I don't think you can use this as an example and hold it up as vindication.
I'll be a bit on the edge here and say, like, isn't this why people go to church and believe in things that are I'm not religious, but like you take something and you're like, see, that's okay, like
it's confirmation bias. That's
exactly,
that's the phenomena you're looking for there. It's
and therefore basically... I mean, for the mental health of a Star Citizen background, I'm kind of feeling like this is not bad, because who cares how long Bethesda was working on their project, right?
I'm gonna guess so.
I need my tinfoil hat. Fucking, it's out of I'm in the new room. Obviously, you guys who are watching us for a while, this is not my studio. My door, the whole frame collapsed and everything, so I had to change everything. It was a mess. But here's how it happened. Okay, imagine I have tinfoil hat on. 25 years ago, young Todd Howard was playing Freelancer and said, I want to have a space game. And that's how it started. And
possible.
And then 10 years ago they were like, oh, we have a tech now to maybe make a single player space game. But the idea was like written somewhere 25 years ago. Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it'd been like rattled around and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, like that is from what I've seen from my friends and stuff like that, and just from like kind of articles I've read about it, like that is kind of how it happens. Like most of the time the game is like, it's like being rattled around. It's like, oh, what about this, and it's pretty much just like back of a napkin kind of like doodles until you get to the last few years, and then that's where you actually start spending the money. Like Anthem, for example, I can't remember the exact figure, but Anthem spent, I think, was it in development for 7 years, I think, and 5 of those years was basically just on paper. Like nobody had actually even started anything until the last 2 years.
And it's crazy how these games evolve. Like Halo was supposed to be a real-time strategy, and it turned out to be like FPS and what. Like I mean, it means nothing.
No, yeah,
but
it really doesn't. So. Yeah. So if you're out there, if you're a Star Citizen fan and you're using this as vindication for Squadron 42 taking so long, just don't. Don't read too much into this one. If it makes you feel better, I say go for it. If this sort of thing is going to make you feel better, go look at more real games that have more recent games even that have been, like, you won't have to look far, trust me, to find games that have been in development for a long time. I just like to disagree with you sometimes. Well, no, that's our thing. I'm pretty sure that's why people watch us. It's just so that they get to like eat popcorn while we yell at each other on camera. Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna conclude it for this week's gossip, and we're gonna. I mean, unless Mr. Masso signs for Haas Formula One team, we're gonna do our regular straight out of Stanton this Sunday. Hopefully,
we get some news tomorrow, man. Like, I don't know. It's not bright. It's not looking bright for now. It's like I don't know. It'll
We'll
be
see.
rough.
Hopefully, let's see how the Thursday
Appreciate it.
Friday here goes.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
SCL and ISC.
All right. You want to sign us off?
Sure. Yeah. If you're watching this and you have content that you'd like us to watch, throw it down in the comments. We are kind of avid Star Citizen consumers, and we're always looking for more stuff. So if there's stuff that you thought was cool, share it, and we may or may not like it. We'll probably comment on it though.
True.
But yeah, if you throw us a like if you like this, subscribe if you want this sort of content, and also like Chegg said, on Sunday we do our kind of more long form podcasts as well. Yeah,
That's it.
So thanks.
Have a great one. Take care. See you Sunday.
Bye.